Need some coins for golden tickets? Head on over to rockbottomcoins.com for the safest and cheapest coins anywhere. Use code Zirksee at checkout for a 10% discount on your order.
The whole thing wobbin', wobbin', wobbin'. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbin'.
What is going on, guys? It is Zirksee coming at you today with another YouTube video, and today I'm going to be doing my predictions for the top 5 base elites QBs in Madden Ultimate Team 19. Now, this is just going to be the top 5. Obviously, there's a ton of different elite quarterbacks that should be in the game. But before we even go over who the players are, I do want to give a big shout out to Frank the Tank. A link to his Twitter will be in the description for making me these CCs. I'm sure he's going to be bringing out a ton more. And I'll probably have a little bit, or probably a ton more, I should say again, basically predictions. I feel like I only have done the wide receivers, and this would be the quarterbacks. Next up, I'm going to be doing probably running backs, and we'll see what else after that. But if you guys want to get yourself a custom card, make sure you go to the link in the description and check out Frank the Take on Twitter. But these are the base elite QBs in Madden 19. This is just who I personally think will be the top 5. Of course, we haven't seen any actual ratings just yet on who's going to be top 5. But I feel like I have a pretty reasonable idea on who's going to be here. So let me know down below if you agree with this list. I'm sure some of you guys will be like, where's this guy, where's that guy? You can't really make everybody happy with prediction videos or the actual ratings themselves, but let's go ahead and get right into the Madden 19 base elite QBs. So coming in at number 5, we have 87 overall quarterback Russell Wilson. Now, the reason I chose him at number 5 over maybe some other guys that, of course, you haven't seen the rest of the list yet, but number 5, Russell Wilson, is because this man carries his team every single year. Ever since they didn't have Marshawn Lynch, or they haven't had Marshawn Lynch, this man has had absolutely no running game. He's led his team in rushing yards, I'm pretty sure, like the past 2 years. That is pretty dang bad for the quarterback to be able to do that. When that being said, this man, it goes off basically every single year. And especially since the fact that his defense this year really was not the best, he definitely put the team on his back. He had 339 completions on 553 attempts, 3,983 yards with a 61% completion percentage, also averaged 7.2 yards a throw, and 34 touchdowns with a 74-yard touchdown, his longest, and only 11 interceptions. So overall, pretty dang solid for the number 5 quarterback, Russell Wilson. I feel like a lot of you Seahawks fans were pretty happy about this. Personally, I usually don't give Russell Wilson a lot of credit. I honestly tend to give him probably hate on him a little bit, but Russell Wilson definitely carries his team every single year, and I feel like he definitely deserves to be at least number 5 and at 87 overall. Now, keep in mind, this is only the top 5, so there might be some other guys you think could be an 87 overall, and there definitely can be and probably will be some other 87 overall QBs in Madden 19, but I just decided to use Russell Wilson here at number 5. Now, coming in at number 4, or actually kind of like a tie between number 4 and number 3, I'm going to be going with Carson Wentz. Now, you could put him at number 3 because he's the same overall as the guy I'm going to have at number 3, but Carson Wentz, as you guys already know, he did not play the full season. Of course, he did get injured, and they ended up winning the Super Bowl without him. But with that being said, he definitely was on pace to possibly be the MVP. In my opinion, if he would have stayed the entire year and then, won a couple games into the playoffs, he definitely would have MVP. He had my vote for MVP because he definitely killed it. And he still might, to be honest, he probably should have still won the MVP. But the fact that he tore his ACL, he did actually stay in that drive, which I think is pretty crazy that he stayed in that drive and actually threw a touchdown pass on a torn ACL. And this is coming from a Cowboys fan, and I gotta say, I definitely like Carson Wentz's game. So with that being said, 88 overall Carson Wentz being the number 4 or number 3 quarterback, whatever you want to rate it. He had a great season, 440 attempts for 3,296 yards, 33 touchdowns, and he also had only 7 interceptions. Now, taking to the fact, this man did not play the entire season. So with that being said, he missed a couple of games, and he still had more touchdowns than most of the NFL. That is absolutely crazy. Not to mention the fact this man just made some insane plays this year. Like I don't remember exactly which team they were playing, but I know that he escaped like 3 different people. I think it was the Redskins, but he escaped like 3 different people, or maybe it was the Giants, one of the two, Redskins or Giants. But he escaped like 3 people and still was able to pick up the first down. He only played a total of 13 games this season, and he still had 33 touchdowns. Which, coming from his rookie season, he only had 16 touchdowns and 14 interceptions, and that was with 3 more games. He threw not even half as many TDs. And he also had himself 0 rushing touchdowns, but he did have almost 300 yards, 299 yards of rushing, which I think is just absolutely insane. But with that being said, Carson Wentz coming in at my number 4 quarterback for Madden 19. Let's get into number 3. Number 3 quarterback for Madden 19 is going to be Drew Brees. Of course, Drew Brees has to be on this list at number 3 or number 4. It's a tie between him and Wentz for me, but honestly, Brees had an absolutely amazing year. Before I even go into it, I'm sure somebody's wondering, where is Big Ben? Again, in my opinion, he's probably going to be an 87 or 86 overall, so you can tie him with Russell Wilson if you want to, but number 3, I'm definitely going with Drew Brees. You cannot leave this man out. Even with the running back duo that he had in Kamara and Mark Ingram, he still threw for 4,300 yards. That is absolutely insane. And just think about the rushing attack they had this year compared to years past. Of course, his touchdowns were a little bit down. He only had 23 touchdowns this year, but he only had 8 interceptions as well, which literally, that's not a lot for him. Back in 2004, I'm looking at his career stats, he had 7 interceptions, and every single year since 2004, he's had at least double-digit picks. Of course, with the running game this year, he didn't have to throw the ball as much, but still absolutely insane. In terms of even attempts, he had 536, and the last time he had under 600 attempts to throw the ball was in 2009, and that was 514. But with that being said, Drew Brees is definitely still one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the NFL. I'm pretty sure that I want to say that he set the record this year for completion percentage. I may be incorrect on that one, but I'm pretty sure it was him. I'm pretty sure it was him. I may be mistaken for somebody. Comment down below. I'm pretty sure that he just broke the record this year for completion percentage. I'm honestly not too sure, but he has 72% completion percentage, which is absolutely disgusting. But with that being said, Drew Brees, I definitely think that he deserves to be here at either quarterback number 3 and number 4. Let me know down below your opinion. And of course, coming in at quarterback number 2 is going to be 89 overall, Aaron Rodgers. Without a doubt, one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, if not the best one. I know there's a lot of competition between him and Brady on who is maybe the better thrower, who is more talented. In my opinion, Rodgers is... It's 1A and 1B. You really can't get any better than these two. But Aaron Rodgers coming in at 89 overall, QB number 2 for Madden 19, and I really expect him to come back next year. And I even made a prediction on this on Twitter. I said that he would probably win MVP this year. Now, of course, the offense got, in my opinion, I don't know if it got better. You lost Jordy Nelson, but you gained Jimmy Graham, who is an absolute stud in the red zone, and also I'm sure they'll target him a lot more than the Seahawks did, and just the fact that he's just ginormous. So definitely a big weapon for Aaron Rodgers. Of course, they don't have like a really number 1 receiver. I mean, Davante Adams is definitely a really good number 1 receiver, but Davante Adams always played as the number 2 behind Jordy Nelson. So how will he play? I think he'll play pretty dang well. In terms of running backs, Aaron Jones, and I think that's somebody else that's pretty decent as well. Ty Montgomery. But he'll probably play a little bit of slot receiver as well this year, with the fact that their wide receiver core is a little bit less without Jordy Nelson. But with that being said, Aaron Rodgers at quarterback number 2, I think he definitely deserves this. Obviously, one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. I think he'll be comeback player of the year next year. He played 7 games. He had 238 attempts with a 64.7 completion percentage, 1,675 yards, and he also had 16 touchdowns with 6 interceptions and only 1 fumble. So 7 total turnovers in 7 games. That's actually not too bad. Most people have about that. But in terms of interceptions, he was having quite more interceptions this year than normal. Average years, he only gets about 7, 8 interceptions. He hasn't had double-digit picks since 2010. And in only 7 games, he did throw 6 interceptions, but still one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL. Aaron Rodgers coming in at number 2. And of course, coming in at number 1, 90 overall, Tom Brady. Obviously, in my opinion, probably the most accurate quarterback in the NFL, and obviously deserves to be the top QB. After having a Super Bowl loss, it's going to be quite interesting to see exactly what the Patriots can do this year with Tom Brady at the helm. He, of course, played 16 games. He had 385 completions on 581 attempts for a 66.3 completion percentage. He also had 32 touchdowns and only 8 interceptions. Definitely was a pretty dang good year for Tom Brady, as usual. I mean, literally on average, this man has not thrown double-digit picks in the past 4 years. So definitely pretty dang good. But I hope you guys did enjoy my Base Elite Madden 19 predictions. Tom Brady number 1. Number 2, Aaron Rodgers. 3 and 4, you can put them wherever you want. Carson, Wentz, or Drew Brees. It's kind of up to you guys who you want to put there. And of course, at number 5, Russell Wilson. I think honorable mentions probably would be Big Ben for number 5, or if you want to put him there, maybe Kirk Cousins. It's up to you guys, but personally, I say Russell Wilson. Big Ben definitely could be an 87, maybe an 86. But those are my Base Elite Madden 19 quarterback predictions. If you guys want to see me do any more of these, make sure to let me know down below. Also, make sure you check in the description. Go to Tank the Frank on Twitter if you guys want to get yourself any custom cards like the ones that you guys are seeing right now. And as always, I will see you guys next time.